Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back, all flash.
Not substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 PS4 games. So right now, everybody's going freaking crazy over the PS5, and rightfully so. It looks freaking amazing. The graphics are freaking awesome. Miles Morales, game of the year, I'm telling you right now. I don't want to hear it, leave me alone. But you know what? You cannot dismiss the PS4. The PlayStation 4 had some pretty damn good freaking improvements over the PS3, from the graphics, the sound, everything about it was freaking absolutely amazing. And later, when you had the PS4 Pro and you had the ability to do the 4K gaming,
That
also.
was what I was gonna say. You need a good TV though.
Absolutely, you do. You can't get them old Zeniths from back in the 70s. All right, so joining me today is Carla, and she did a fantastic job on the Sean Connery top 5 and all the shows that we did. All of the shows that we did last week. So you know what? We wanted to bring her back because we got tired of seeing Terrence. Everybody always gets tired of seeing Terrence. We needed some fresh blood.
Mayor of the good.
That's right. So, so Carla's gonna join us today. Carla, go first.
Okay. It was a difficult choice, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that 5 games to just including here is not enough.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of things that you can do, and I think that I kind of like mixed a little bit up, not only like PS4 games, okay, I'll do my best. It was really difficult.
Yes, it was. All right, so number 5.
Yay! What, you're supposed to say like number 5.
No, that's what he does.
Okay, fine.
Terrence, number 5.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
I always say,
All right, number 5.
I was a little bit torn about this one, but I kind of like leave it like that. It's Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's a creepy ass game.
It's awesome. I love that game.
But do you like it because of, obviously, it's got some pretty original elements, but you also throw in the Freddy Krueger parts, the Chucky parts.
Yeah, that is correct. It's just like it has a lot of like villains, and they're all like really original. I mean, my personal favorite is Michael Myers. That is the one that I play every single time, and I love it.
Right.
And like they all have like different like characteristics and skills that they can do whenever you're killing people, so that is awesome. I always play the villain. I don't like to play the survivors. I don't really like that. So I really like it, like to play it with them. And it's like awesome. I really like that game.
Okay, all right, number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4!
Okay. The other one was Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
That's a good game.
I really like it. 2.
Yeah, 2. Good graphics on that one.
Exactly. I think that they improve a lot of certain things. Probably people gave a lot of feedback from the first one. And that, anyway, so I don't. It's just like it's a big map, and there's a lot of quests, and you can do a lot of that. So that's why I really like the game. There's a lot of things that you actually can do.
Okay.
So I really like that game.
That's a good choice. Good choice for number 4.
Yes,
all
I know.
right.
Yes.
Number 3 of our Trust and Hello.
Okay, number 3. The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Okay.
And number 1. I already played like both parts, but for me, I have to stick with the original. I think that it has more story to it.
Okay.
You feel more connection like to the whole thing. The main character, I loved it. Texas, I love it. And it like really, I was really sad when I finished the game. I was like,
you wanted to keep going.
Yes, I was like, no, I need to keep like playing the whole game. So, and I understand the second part and the whole revenge and how like she was so pissed, and I mean, I get it. But the first one, I really liked it.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2.
I was torn between 1 and 2 because these 2 are my top favorite, and I'm still I don't know if I make the right choice. Hopefully people won't hate me about this.
They're gonna hate you no matter what.
Yes, I know, but still, this is my fucking list, so whatever. So my number 2, it's Mortal Kombat.
Which one?
The last one, 11.
11,
yes.
okay.
So anyways, I love playing Mortal Kombat, especially online, when I kick 13-year-olds' asses. That is so cool.
Amazing. That's the best time ever.
Exactly.
And damn, them 13-year-olds have some mouths on them. Don't
I
they?
know.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, and this is a funny story. On Dead by Daylight, I was playing like online and I was beating and killing everybody's asses. And at the end of the game, I got a response from one of the guys saying like, "You are cheating. You're not supposed to face camp on us, like where you're killing us." I was like, dude, this is just a game. You don't have to get like so intense. And I'm like, go cry to your mom. I would just picture like a 10-year-old saying that to me. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's very rare art gets to stay up that late. Sorry. All right. So I like Mortal Kombat 11.
I feel that there's a but.
The only thing I did not like about Mortal Kombat 11 was the voice acting was awful. And fucking Ronda
Really?
Rousey just cannot act to save her life.
What do you mean?
Sorry, I just could not get into Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade. It was hard to get through some of that dialogue. I had to mute.
Ronda, if you're watching.
Hey, Ronda, if you're watching, you're awesome in WWE and UFC, but damn it, you need to work on your some acting. God dang it.
Well, but if you play the story, there was not a lot. Honestly, I didn't like the story. I didn't like the story. I think that I think the story was a little bit weak. Based on the previous one that they have made before, I think that they could have done a lot more of it. There was not a lot of story like putting up to that. I think that it was pretty obvious what is going to happen. If you have already like played, probably because it's an old game that they got released, how they changed it to that the whole hero was going to be Kung Lao. I just don't know. I don't like how they ended up like the whole story. But I just like to play it online.
Okay.
And the characters now, they look super cool. You can put a lot of gear on them.
True. A lot of skins, yeah.
Yes, to me, that's awesome.
Okay. All right, number one.
Number one.
Number one
Okay.
PS4 game in the Carla book is
And The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yes, that is my number one.
Which one?
The last one, the third one.
Witcher 3.
Yes.
Which one? That's funny.
Okay.
I wasn't
They
trying to
think
be
that
funny,
was
but
a
no,
joke,
yes,
but
I
no.
will
That was pretty funny.
I'll
All
take-
right, out of all the PS4 games, which I don't have a problem with any of your lists, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Why The Witcher 3 at number one?
Okay, first of all, I spent 2 months playing that game. I finished it in 2 months. That was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was trying to find something that would keep me entertained, and that was what I picked.
Okay.
So, The Witcher, I think that is an amazing game. It has a bunch of things that you can do. Again, it's a big map. I said already that I finished it, but honestly, I didn't. There's still a bunch of quests that I can take on, but right now they're so easy that it's too lame to finish them, so I'm done with it. But like, you can even take, first of all, the guy is super hot. I don't know, they made like the whole main character super hot, by the way. That was a really good shot. And then like the guy can go, I don't know. They
You
have
also
like
have sex with him in a game.
Yes, I did that a bunch of times. I went to
Wonder
a
why you
bunch
like
of
this game.
Yes, I went to a bunch of places and like my character was like really like
That's why the controller was sticky.
maybe I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, it's a big map. There's a lot of places and a lot of things that you can do. The swords are amazing, and the fact that you can create them and you can just go to a place and pick a bunch of different shit and you can create your own blade and the armor that he has and the quest that you go on. That is an awesome game. It has a lot of different characters. It reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones for a lot of reasons.
I can see that.
But I loved it.
Okay.
That is an awesome game.
Awesome. Well, you know what? That was a pretty good top 5.
Thank you.
Very nice
I
top
have
5.
to say that I feel good about that.
I'm glad that you got on the show and said Terrence. All right. So my number 5 starts with God of War.
I
Okay.
didn't say number 5.
Now,
Okay.
Oh. My number 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why are you not waiting for me to say like number 5?
Number 5 is God of War, and you know what? When you go through, you go through the originals as far as from the PS2 of the God of Wars early, God of War 2, and then the God of War 3 was absolutely amazing. But then you go into God of War 4, where he actually has a kid, and the wife is gone, and he's got to go through all this with the kid, and I think that's why I'm kind of biased because of the father-son. Yeah, the father-son aspect of the game is what got me. But the graphics and the detail of that whole freaking game is just absolutely amazing. And I am not gonna freaking lie, I still haven't beat that damn game. But it is freaking amazing, and the from the trolls, the wolves, everything that's on that, all the creatures and all of that, the villains, the bosses, hard as shit. But it is such a damn good, detailed game, and I cannot wait for the next God of War on the PS5.
I like that one. Okay, wait, number 4.
Number 4. You say Mortal Kombat 11. I say Mortal Kombat XL for the simple fact that you got the.
You're wrong.
I don't care what you say because you got the freaking Predator, the Alien, Jason Voorhees, and you got Leatherface.
For the DLC?
I don't care. It is freaking awesome when you get to play. And this is a fun fact. You know, we had a Halloween party at work, and I had to get into the freaking. Yes, I had to get last year. I had to get everybody into the freaking moment. I put MKXL on there. I put Leatherface versus Jason all night. It was awesome. Sets the tone for the horror. I know you don't remember this, but there was a freaking. I know Terrence does, but there was a game back in the day called the Terrordrome where you had. The horror icons fighting against each other. That's what this felt like because you had Jason.
Dead by Daylight.
But okay.
But you had Jason versus freaking Leatherface. It was amazing.
I respect that option. I really like it. But honestly, if you think about it, it's not Mortal Kombat. It's just like it's not the original characters like playing against each other.
Mortal Kombat X. Jason versus
I'm
Leatherface.
just saying, I just love them.
Number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. Hey, you know what? And I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this. That's okay. Number 3 is actually Avengers.
You are gonna get shit for that.
I really like that game. I thought the story was good. I thought the graphics were amazing. I thought how they, brought in the characters, all the different characters, and the introduction of Miss Marvel, because nobody has ever really seen Kamala Khan in any of the MCU films, and now they will because she's on Disney Plus now. But this is the first time that you really got to see her interact with the rest of the Avengers. I know it's video game format, but regardless, you've never seen it, and that whole thing and making her one of like the center character, I thought that was freaking great, especially from a diversity standpoint. So I thought it was great. The graphics were freaking amazing. I absolutely. That's right. Number 2.
Number 2.
And I don't care if I get shit for this one. But it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen
Ooh,
Order.
I actually really like that
Damn
one.
it, that game is
has a
freaking
lot of,
badass, man.
Okay.
And then you have some updates now that you actually get to play when you're as an Imperial officer in the updated version. But the original version is just absolutely fantastic.
Graphics, story, like characters, everything that it's on is like dead on. Like that's an awesome pick.
And then you go into all these different worlds, and the detail in the worlds is just freaking awesome. But then you get a little bit of nostalgia because you throw Darth Vader in there, and the manner of how you introduce Darth Vader, it's almost equivalent to how he was introduced in Rogue One. I mean, he is that much of a presence in Jedi Fallen Order. So it was absolutely amazing. I hope that they actually make a film adaptation of this. Me and Terrence talked about that briefly as far as what we'd like to see on screen. This is definitely one that I'd like to see on screen.
Okay.
All right, number 1.
Number 1.
We talked about Miles Morales in the last show. I'm talking Spider-Man. This is my favorite freaking game right now for the PS4. You want to talk about maps and all this other stuff? Okay. The maps, the stories, the brief glimpses of how they're gonna expand the lore with Miles at the end. It is just freaking awesome. You see pretty much all the Sinister Six more or less in this whole game, and the gameplay on it's awesome. It reminds you a lot of Arkham. There is a lot of Batman Arkham Asylum on this game, which should have actually made my top 5, but it should have made my top 5. I'm sorry, but
Arkham Asylum was on PS3.
That's very true. That's why I wasn't on this list. But not even Arkham Knight. But anyway. But yeah, so it reminded you a lot of Arkham. There was a lot of similarities in that, especially in the gameplay, the fighting styles, everything about it. It was just freaking awesome. That is absolutely my favorite. And then you talk about the DLCs, and you have all of these different expansion packs that you had with it.
I like that.
You had 3 expansion packs on this one game. You had 3 of them.
A bunch of costumes.
And a crap load of costumes
Yeah.
from the Infinity War, the Avengers Infinity War costumes,
can just
all
bring
the
it
way
up.
to the original animated comic strip costume. I mean, you cannot freaking get no better than that. So yes, absolutely, it's my favorite PS4 game.
Okay.
Honorable
I respect
mentions.
that. Okay, I have 2, and I have a feeling that you're not going to like them.
That's probably not.
But okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
First, I have, and I'm really shocked that neither of us bring this game in the whole franchise because it's really like common and awesome to play on. Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yes.
Yes,
Ooh,
and
that game
like
hasn't
for
been
me,
good since PS2.
for me, the one. Shut up. You're not on this show. So for me, my favorite game from the whole thing was Black Flag. That was a really good one. It's one of my favorites. I know that there are a bunch of coming again, and probably they're going to be released by the time the PS5 is going to be. But again, big maps, a lot of things that you can do. It's really dynamic. You can turn like either good or bad. I really liked it. I think that it has a lot of like cool features on it.
Okay, awesome. What was the other one?
The other one, and it's
Fortnite.
no, Fortnite is for babies.
That's a good point.
Yes. I think I'm not going to go into talk about Fortnite. There's a game, and I don't know if people are going to remember this one, but it's a really game that I really treasure. It's called Beyond.
Beyond. I've heard of it. I've never played it.
It's really cool. That game, to me, it really reminded me of Stranger Things.
I can
because
see
the
that.
main character has it's pretty similar to 11. Like she was kicked out to a lab, and she was like going through a bunch of experiments because she had like telekinesis abilities to go with, and then she later on went to the FBI to work with them. So it's a bunch. The story is what actually like caught me on,
Okay.
and the fact that it came before. Stranger Things, at some point it kind of like thinking like, wait, like maybe Stranger Things.
Did
like
they take that from that
a
game?
little bit maybe, like to get like a little bit inspired of that. But anyways, I really like Beyond.
Okay, my honorable mentions is pretty long.
Okay.
So
Is it PS9?
exactly, it's PS9 and a half long. WWE 2K17 had one of the best rosters. If it had Hulk Hogan in it, it would have been the absolute perfect.
WWE All-Stars.
No, if it would have had Hulk Hogan, it would have been absolutely a perfect game. I love 2K17. All right, Madden 2019. I liked a lot of the new features that it had on it. The freaking the graphics on that were absolutely freaking amazing.
27 from 2018.
Terrence, you're gonna agree with me on this one. Transformers Devastation
Yeah,
is.
I don't know why I don't have that on my list.
Transformers
Okay.
Devastation is absolutely, if you're a freaking Transformers 80s kid back in the day, this will take you back
Yeah,
to
okay.
freaking those Saturday cartoons. There you go. Transformers Devastation. Absolutely freaking awesome game. Great throwback. I liked Friday the 13th. That was a
Okay.
hard-ass game to play,
Yeah.
but the kills were brutal.
Yes.
And damn it was freaking original and awesome. So I love that game.
I don't
Okay.
play that game to this day.
Predator is also very good, where you actually get to play as the Predator this time. That's actually a pretty fun part of it. Deadpool was great. I like Deadpool a lot. Arkham Knight was not, in my opinion, not better than Arkham Asylum or
That's a
Arkham
PS3
City.
game. It's a PS3
I know,
game.
but it was not better than that. You would think that Arkham Knight was going to get better with the PS4. I kind of think it regressed a little bit,
Whoa.
but it was still
Oh,
worthy.
Well, but the thing is that doesn't
It-
have like good graphics.
It was not.
All
Yeah.
the Batmobile
It
stuff?
just was not better than Arkham Asylum. But anyway, all right. I liked Uncharted 4. That was also a
Okay.
really freaking good game. NBA 2K19.
Okay.
That was actually better.
It's basically 2K18.
Okay, how about this one, Terrence? Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the remastered version on the PS4 was fucking
Oh,
fantastic.
okay, yeah.
It was way better than the freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 4 that they got. I didn't like that one very much. Street Fighter 5 was great.
Oh, That I really like that one, and I was like a little bit like torn again, like with Mortal Kombat, but I really like that one.
Street Fighter 5 was really freaking good.
That is so true.
And this is for you, Marcellus. Tekken 7 for Kuma, just for you, because we love you. I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
And me and Terrence used to play Tekken all the time, so that's all right. Anyway, so let us know your top 5 PS4 games down below. I know that you're gonna probably,
I will, because I missed a
go
lot.
between me and Carla's list, and that's fine. It's not a problem. We want to know your top 5, so please put it down below.
Oh, by the way, I just remember one game that I recently bought, and it was like recently released, which I don't understand why they didn't do it by the time that the PS5 was going to be released. This is a baby's game, but it just reminds me of like the.
Fortnite.
This is the
Call of Duty.
This was the first game that I played on PlayStation, the first one that got released.
What?
Crash.
Crash Bandicoot. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They recently got.
They recently brought out,
released one.
and it's actually not bad. It's actually
not.
a pretty good game. I just bought that for my son.
Yes,
It's not a bad game.
It's not a
Who's
bad
a
game.
baby, by the way?
Yes, he's 7 years old.
Fuck you, whatever. But again, like it just what's
Anyway.
worth mentioning. Anyways, fuck you.
Anyway, I love this. Shout out to Carla for joining us. Leave your comment below. Let us know again what your favorite games are. Be sure to hit me up on Twitter at The Goods Podcast. Hit Terrence up at The Goods Podcast on Facebook, which he never listens to or watches anyway.
I do.
And you can leave a comment on our Instagram page as well at The Goods Podcast as well. Be sure you look at our Teespring for any kind of merch you like regarding The Goods Podcast, or any kind of help that you can give us for Patreon is greatly appreciated. For Terrence and Art over here doing circle jerks, I'm Manny.
And I'm Carla.
And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they'll have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.